Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. If you don't know me, I'm Dora. You can watch a couple of other videos to decide whether you want to subscribe, but still, if you really want to support the girl and you want to watch my content, subscribe. But yeah, as you can see from the description, I plan on doing a series of struggling graduates, right? I know that not all of us are graduates or struggling, and I will go into that like in a whole new videos. It's gonna be a series, so it's probably gonna be a 5-episode series. So this is episode 1. This is the pilot. But yeah, I'm really excited about this because it's something that I'd like to share with with people, and maybe you can find some ways in between. So I'm gonna give you some backstory. I graduated BCom Economics and Econometrics from UJ, so it was very economic-y, mathematically, and commercially. But I also majored in business management. Cool. That's the story and the decision of everything. That's on a different episode. But this first episode is how I got a job this year. And it's actually really funny. So last year I went to this one company. I went for an interview at the company for an internship, and they really liked me. They called me again for a second interview, and it was a financial advisory firm, and I didn't study finance. I studied economics. So I was just like, okay, I just want a job. I just want an internship. I want to learn. I want to, what is this? So yeah, and then they were like, so at the end of the day, they were like, okay, really like you, but we want somebody that studied actual finance and not in between economics, and it was upsetting, I guess, like last year. But then I was still like on the hunt, and I was searching for jobs, and applying, and then this year, same company, they called me back, but they were like, it's not an internship, but you can work under one of our financial advisors, and they would pay me a stipend, right? And not a usual stipend. It was like 5K or something like that. It was less than that. So I was like, cool, I just don't want to stay at home and do nothing. Cool, I was gonna take the job. It is what it is. So I went for the interview. Same company, financial advisory, in January, the first week. I think it was the 7th or the 9th. I don't know. It was a Friday. And I walked in, and I was ready. I was prepared. I was speaking to one of the ladies at work there, and we just started speaking so intensely. We just started chatting about how things are, and she was also a graduate, and she started working there and stuff like that. So we were talking and getting to know each other, and I was like, people don't always go to, you hear stories of people walking into companies and just like, hey, here's my CV, I'm looking for a job, and we're talking about how like who even has the courage to do that? Like, just to get up to a place like, hey, you want to speak to your HR manager, take my CV. So we were just talking about that amount, but we were talking, and I was like, you know what? I'm here in this building. So at the building, it's like an office park, but like a building. So different companies. And then I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go and look for a job. So I ended up, imagine, I spoke to the girl there, and because we're still waiting for the lady that was gonna interview me to come. So I was like, no, and then she ended up printing my CV. Imagine, I am coming in for an interview at a place, and the lady prints a CV for me to go and look for another job, right? So it was really nice. It was just like a conversation, and I was like, okay, cool, I'm gonna try it. I mean, we never know. It never really works. So yeah, cool. The interview went well. She wanted me to come back. I think she said she'd call me on Tuesday to come in and then get to know exactly what the job is gonna feel like or be like, and then on Tuesday evening, she would tell me, okay, cool. After that day, how did you feel? Do you want to have the job? Do you want to take the job? And all that. So Tuesday, I woke in. Oh, wow. I'm skipping ahead. So we're still on Friday. The interview is great. I got my CV. I'm walking into different buildings. I mean, different companies in the building. So first company I went to was a finance company also, but it was housing finance. And I just gave my CV in, and she's like, no, we'll just check it out. Cool. I was like, you know what, at least they took my CV. Cool. And then there was another company. I was in attorneys, and I'm just like, I didn't study law, so what am I gonna do there? So, and then there was another big company there, but like the HR department was like, and then there was another company which was on the floor above that company. And I walked in, right, not knowing, obviously. I don't know, like I knew the company, but like, even know company. I've never researched it. But I walked in, and I was waiting to speak to receptionist. So she opened for me, and then I walk in, I'm waiting to speak to her, but she's on the phone. So a lady walks past, and she's like, hi, can I help you? I'm like, hey, I'd like to speak to the HR manager. I have my CV here. Looking for a job. And she's like, really? Okay. Today's lucky day. We're doing interviews. Come in. I was like, she's like, no, just sit down. I'm going to go photocopy your CV so I can give it back to you. And then you'll just come in for an interview. Okay. Just like, okay. I'm shocked. I'm just like, is this happening? Is that happening? And the incredible thing is that in the elevator, I was like, am I really going to do this? Am I really doing this? Am I really going to companies? Am I really going to leave my CV? Am I what's going on? I'm so scared. You know, because obviously I've only, like at that point, I've only been at an interview with one company ever. Which is that company. And then, yeah, she called me in, had an interview, started asking me questions, and I was like, hey, I'm here and I'm willing to learn, and I'm just ready to do it and stuff like that. And they were like, okay, there's 2 positions open, which one would you prefer? And I said, this is the one I would like to learn more about. And it was intense. And they took my fingerprints on the same day. So I got home and I told my parents, oh, hey, so this happened. And they were like, what? They took your fingerprints? So obviously this is the first job I've ever been to, and I don't know anything. They took my fingerprints. They're like, what? And I'm like, yeah. And they said they want to call me back like on Monday or something like that. Cool. Because they said they really liked me in the interview. And they're like, what? Are you serious, Dorothy? Is this really happening? And I was just like, this does not happen. This is very new to me. But yeah, guys, I walked into a company with my CV. And so what I can say is like just a small piece of advice, and I think I'm going to do this in all my videos with everything that I speak about, is don't be scared to take the risk. I was scared, but I was like, I'm gonna do it because, well, I need a job. It wasn't an internship. It was just like a real walk into a job. But yeah, I did it. I took the risk, and you never know what company is willing to take you through a process, because the thing is, it was a job. It's like a normal job. It's not a internship. But actually, we're quite experienced, but they're willing to take the risk, because the same way I was willing to take the risks. I was willing to walk in, you know, and put like my efforts and skills on my sleeve to, I don't know, to try something out. So this is my advice. You don't need to follow it, but don't be afraid to take the risk. I know it sounds crazy. I feel like everybody always says that, but really, don't be afraid to take the risk. But yeah, so anyway, let me finish my story. The Monday, I'm chilling at home, like cool. Tuesday, I walk in, I'm going to that financial advisory company, and I'm just like, cool. Then I walked back into that company. I was like, hey, is there any feedback? I don't know, I just want to know, did I get the job or something like that, you know, because obviously I'm not gonna like because I went during lunch hour at that company to go find out. So I'm like, I don't want to just like end up with no jobs. So like, no, you got the job. Like, we're excited. We want you to start. And I'm like, oh, when, like, I can start tomorrow. They're like, really? I'm like, yeah. So Wednesday, I started my job. Crazy, right? But I end up sending a message to the lady like, oh no, thank you so much for the opportunity, but yeah, and that's the end of it, guys. It's something that and they always say this, they're like, the way I walked in and everything, it's like, it's not usually the process of an interview. You go through a lot of stages, and they just really liked me. And as I said, some companies are willing to take the risk even if you don't have the skills, even if, well, if you bring your passion and your enthusiasm and from my entire experience, and till today, I'm just like, guys, I've only been like an interview at 2 companies. Wow. I don't know what interviews look like, of which the second one wasn't even like that standard. What are your weaknesses? It was more of a conversation, and I think it's different approaches that companies go in terms of interviews. So yeah, guys, take the risk. You can do it. And yeah, see you in my next video. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe, because I know there's many of us graduates that are just going through the pits. So yeah, guys, please like, share, and subscribe, and see you in my next video. Bye.